Hey friends, it's Jacqueline here. In today's video, I'm bringing you my top 3 favorites from each makeup category. But before we get started, and if you're new here, I hope that you can give me that opportunity and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. And now, if you want to see what are those products that make it to the top 3, then just keep on watching. Today is a tough day, my friends. I'm picking up my top 3 favorites for each makeup category. Wow, that's a challenge right there. This video idea was created by none other than another fellow beauty creator based in Canada. Her name is Julia Adams. She's also a makeup artist, extremely talented. I follow her for a while right now, and I watched her video, and then later on Jamie Page also did the video. I'm like, you know, I know it's challenging, but it's also fun, and I think it's also helpful for you guys. But I want to mention too that although I'm going to share these products right here, this is not like the ultimate, you know, list of products, because things change. You know, the products that I'm perhaps like just very focused on at the moment is because of the season, spring, summertime. You know, perhaps during fall and winter it may change. I mean, I review so much makeup that honestly I feel very blessed that I'm able to actually try so much makeup, and at the same time I fall in love with so many makeup products. But what I did is like, while I was planning into doing this video, I'm like, okay, no, I'm not gonna go around, I'm not gonna check. I decided, you know, while I was on my latest, I did a little road trip. I said, you know, let me open my phone, take my notes, and just the first product that came to my mind, that's the product that I'm going to mention, period, to make it super easy. So without much blabbering right here, let's just get started with the first category, which is primer. And you guys know, this is no surprise to you, I'm a woman on my 4th floor. I do have enlarged pores, fine lines. I do have dry, sensitive skin, normal skin right here, but my enlarged pores area is right here. So I pretty much, perhaps 90 or 80% of the time, if you see a primer on my description box, that by the way, all the products that I will mention today, there will be on my description box below along with their links. So anyhow, when you go to my description box, usually you see this product is the Tatcha, the liquid seal canvas. This right here, I use it only on my enlarged pores area, and if I feel that the day is gonna be like extra hot, that, you know, I'm gonna break a sweat, I perhaps put it right here where I have my fine lines. But this one, it's a total mask. It creates a seal canvas. It just perfects your skin without leaving a thick trace of primer. Truly beautiful. It doesn't clog pores. I mean, it's just amazing product. Another product that I absolutely love is the Victoria Beckham Beauty by Agustin & Butter. This is the Cell Rejuvenating Priming Moisturizer. So this one right here is in the golden tone. I do have a light to medium skin tone. Golden tones look really good on me. I like them. And this one, it's a moisturizer that it preps your skin. It gives a very subtle sheen to the skin that is not too much, not too beaming, just perfect, just perfection. And then foundation goes on seamlessly. It's not too thick, it doesn't slip and slide. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. The next product is by Charlotte Tilbury, is the Hollywood Flawless Filter. This one is a very unique product because you can multi-use it as a highlighter or all over the face. And when I say all over the face, and if you don't have experience with this one, believe me, it's not that you're gonna look like a light bulb. No, not at all whatsoever. It just gives this beautiful, healthy glow to the skin. Then when you go over with your foundation, if you're using as a primer, that's the way that I like to use it the most. It just lets see through the foundation that little radiance that it just makes it more magical on your skin. I mean, like, your skin looks like magic. I mean, like, who else by Charlotte Tilbury to do magic, right? Okay, friends, now let's go into foundations. To me, the most perfecting foundation that is light to medium, or I should say a true medium coverage, is the one from Tom Ford. This is the Shade and Illuminate foundation. A person that has dry skin, sometimes, I mean, at least myself, I look for light to medium coverage or right there on medium coverage, but I like to have some radiance, to look just a little bit glowy but not too dewy to the point that it looks like sweat. No, this one right here is an elegant foundation that expresses seamlessly. It's not too thin, you can barely feel it, and it wears throughout the day beautifully. It photographs amazingly too, and it comes in so many different shades. Expensive but worth it, and one that I will repurchase over and over again. And then this year it came out one of the best, not only cushion foundations, but to me foundations overall, and it's by Chantecaille. Is their cushion foundation right here. This foundation, it just perfects your skin. That's what it does. It leaves your skin looking like porcelain, perfect. It has these, it doesn't come in a lot of shades, but the pigments, they break in a way that it just perfects your skin. It's not there for masking. It's a light to medium coverage, and it's just so imperceptible to the skin. It makes it look so beautiful. I just love it. It's not as, say, radiant as the one from Tom Ford, but yet has a beautiful natural luminosity. Perfection. The third foundation is that SURRATT Dewdrop. This foundation is gorgeous. This foundation is super thin, liquidy, but it perfects your makeup. It does have a little bit more coverage than the Chantecaille Cushion Foundation, but it's along those lines that makes your skin look luminous, non-greasy, natural, is imperceptible. You cannot feel it on your skin, and it wears off so lovely, and it lasts for a long time. Definitely, I mean, these three are the ones that, believe me, they came right up to my mind, like boom, they are here. Now let's go to other complexion products. Let's go for concealer. And for concealer, I'm a person that I do have very dark under eye circles. If you follow me, you know they are dark blue, and they are still peek through because, I mean, there's nothing that I can do about it. You know, I also have divots under my eyes, so that kind of like, you know, shows a little bit more of that intensity right there. But those that really do the trick for me are the Pat McGrath concealer. This one is very lightweight. It does have plenty of coverage, yet it's non-cakey, which is super important if you have fine lines. I mean, we all have fine lines under our eyes. I mean, if you're super young, perhaps no, but as you get to, you know, your fourth floor, they are more noticeable, and you don't want any type of concealer to start gathering on those areas. This is an amazing concealer with plenty of coverage. And then another one that not many people talk about, but you know, I gravitate towards a lot, is the DERMABLEND Smooth Liquid Camo Concealer. Now this one, they changed the packaging, they expand the range too, but it's very much along the lines as the Pat McGrath. Not as thin as the Pat McGrath, just a little bit thicker, yet it has that a lot of coverage. You don't even need to set it. It will not move, it will not slip and slide, and again, it does have that amazing coverage that, you know, it's something that I personally need. And then one for kind of like my everyday, or like more, I shouldn't say everyday, but lighter makeup, like more, you know, casual makeup per se, I will go for the KOSAS. The KOSAS, this is called, what is it called? Well, it's the KOSAS concealer. I think this is the only concealer that they have, but this is beautiful. I'm also able to do not set this concealer, and it's just so lightweight, so imperceptible under the eyes. It's non-cakey and is hydrating. The other two concealers, they are not hydrating, but they are non-drying too. This one right here, it leaves you a little bit of that luminosity, healthy, you know, look appearance to your skin. So there you go, those are it. And now for setting powders. I usually do not like to set my face with powders, you guys know that, unless it's super hot. So I just have a couple right here, but one that I will gravitate towards when I feel I need to set my concealer, because that's when I'm the most worried, I use this one by Pat McGrath. This one right here is in the shade medium. I also have the shade light, but it's super thin, almost traceless. It doesn't super mattify your under eyes, it brightens them up just a little, leaving them with a natural finish, a very natural finish. I love this powder, how fine and mellow it is. And yeah, I think this is my first setting powder because, like I said, I don't like to set my entire face of makeup, but when I do so, then I go for a powder that I tried last year at the very, kind of like at the very beginning of 2020, is the Gucci setting powder. This one right here will give you, I always say it, a porcelain doll kind of skin. It just doesn't mattify. It leaves your skin looking natural, which is, you know, like very hard to find in a powder. It gives your skin a very natural look where you can still see like your skin has oils, you know, it's not completely flat matte. When you turn it, there's a certain vibrancy to it, and that's the same way that I feel about it. There's no particles of shimmer, not sheen to it, but it's the most beautiful perfecting powder, perfect for the large pores area too. And like I said, if you have ever looked at a porcelain doll, that's how is the finish of this powder right here. And then as far as a loose setting powder, the La Mer Da powder. This right here has a beautiful, very kind of like a saddle sheen that is not glow, but it's, again, I mean, like you can see it, like it's just so silky, and it leaves your skin kind of like the Gucci, that you have this very subtle, shouldn't say glow, but just healthy look to the skin. It's beautiful. It's super finely milled. I use it only during summertime when it's just like super hot on my kind of like this area right here. This is the part that I kind of like sweat the most right here. But yeah, this is an amazing, beautiful setting powder. Going right now into bronzers. So first thing that came into my mind that I love this bronzer is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate bronzer. This is in Intensity 1. I use both, but the bronzer is what I go to. It's kind of like that bronzer. It's supposed to be a contour, give you that shade, but it bronzes up your skin so beautifully. It's not super slippery for being a cream product. It actually has a little bit of a slip to it, but yet it doesn't move and slip all over around. It blends seamlessly. It's one of the most perfect, beautiful formulations that exist on the market by Tom Ford. And then going into powder bronzers, this one is the SISLEY Sun Glow Bronzing Gel Powder. This one is a limited edition packaging. They have a golden packaging. I will leave it on the description box below. It perhaps has to do that right now we're entering, I mean, we're already spring, entering into summertime, that I'm looking more into these kind of like golden kind of bronzers, and this gives it to me. I mean, as you can tell, I have used and abused of this one. It's a baked gelée formula that blends so beautiful, and it gives this subtle glow to the skin, this sun-kissed look that is just extraordinary. On the same lines, another bronzer has to do another Tom Ford product. This one is in the shade Gold Dust, and this is kind of like more neutral. I do own Terra. I like Terra, but Terra is a little bit more reddish in tone. You know, this one right here is more golden, warm tone. I mean, if you have my skin tone, either way, the product is beautiful. It gives this, again, kind of like the SISLEY one. It's not a baked gelée formula, but it actually give this very beautiful sun-kissed golden goddess type of finish to your skin that is absolutely beautiful. You may be like, what happened with the Gucci bronzer and what happened with the Charlotte Tilbury? Like I said, right now we're entering in spring, summer. Perhaps I can revisit this list during fall and winter because yeah, I'm sure those bronzers, I mean, it was hard enough to just kind of like narrow it down to just 3 products per category. Let me tell you that. Then going into blushes right here, Chanel, and Chanel in pretty much every formula that I have tried from them. I mean, if I will have to just pick one, perhaps I would just keep this one right here. This one is from last year's holiday, and actually I'm impressed that is still available. Is this was from the holiday of last year? I'm pretty sure it was. I love this very muted pinky tone. I actually have it on today. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful, it has a little bit of luminosity. In fact, on the back it says that it's an illuminating blush powder, and if you have a deeper skin tone, you can use it kind of like a hybrid with like a highlighter. It's stunning. But I mean, talking briefly about Chanel, like I said, this type of a special formulation that they do, limited edition ones, are gorgeous. This one, peachy shade, perfect for summer. But their original Jus Contrast blushes, they are stunning. This was a limited edition packaging. One of my favorite ones has to be Alizane, and I know they have changed the formulation, but honestly, the new formula is not atrocious. I think what most of us Chanel lovers is that the shades are not identical to what they used to be in the past. So if you're looking for a specific shade, it's kind of like, okay, I'm not gonna find it again. But talking about formulation, yes, it's not the same, they changed it, but it's not bad either. And I just love Chanel blushes. Overall, they are incredible. My second blush will be by Jouer, and this in particular, this shade, well, this duo right here is called Cheeky Summer. This was from last year. Again, I think it's the summer vibe. You see these kind of like burn, kind of orangey tone, and then these kind of like pinky coral with gold. They are just so beautiful. So beautiful. And what I love about Jouer blushes, and I think that's what the brand is mostly known for, is how beautiful they blend. They do not emphasize any fine lines and large pores. They don't have glitter in them. They blend seamlessly with the skin, and then they have a lot of dimension. They have this in particular, both of them are kind of like more like a satin formula, but I have other Jouer blushes and they have a matte formula and then kind of like a, I shouldn't say shimmer because it's not shimmer, but kind of like a satin finish formula. Truly stunning. Now, did I invent a category right here? Well, maybe I did. Cream blushes. I'm not gonna, I think I may do like a separate video for cream blushes and also cream bronzers. They are just too many products to cover that honestly will be overwhelming if we stay here forever. But I will have to say one that I will repurchase no matter what is Patrick Ta She's So LA. This is like an everyday and a dream blush. The shade, although some people think it looks perhaps like a bronzer, it's not. It has a pink undertone to it that it just looks so natural. A beautiful flash, kind of like a, when you get a little bit of a tan on your skin and you have this subtle bronze look. I love that it has two combinations right here, and because I did two powder bronzers and I'm doing right now one mostly cream brush. I know this is a duo, but I cannot go without mentioning Charlotte Tilbury Glow Gasm Beauty ones, in specific the shade Pink Gasm, although I also love Peach Gasm, but this one right here, it just gives the most healthy look, and it actually gives you a little bit of like that bombshell kind of makeup look. Yes, that's what it is, and that's why it's usually sold out. Everywhere is so hard to find. It gets restocked, but as soon as it restocks, it's like people like go crazy about it. It's just such a good product. Dislike the applicator so much, but the product itself is just stunning. Now going into highlighters, and I will have to say that not a lot of people talk too much about this Tom Ford Duo in Reflex Gilt. I think this is just perfect for me. In fact, this will do pretty much everything for me. I have here a little bit more of my champagne golden tone, and then kind of my pinky still gold shade right there. It's just so gorgeous. It looks kind of intense on the pan, but when it goes in the skin, it goes not too much. It just really melts with your skin. It gives you a very nice glow. It's so easy to diffuse that it doesn't leave a stripe. It does have a perfect undertone and perfect formulation. And now my second highlighter will be by Chanel, and is this one right here, Perles et Lumière. And this one right here came out with the Le Blanc collection of this year, and it's the one that I'm using right now. It is, you can go very subtle to the point that you can even use it for your entire face to buff your makeup when you're completely done, and it will not give you that intense luminosity. I went ahead and went a little bit more ham today and just apply a little bit more, but it's such a beautiful highlighter that will work for so many various skin tones. It just gives a very healthy kind of like wet look, glow from within type of thing. I know right now I'm having a little bit extra right here, but it's one highlighter that I hope that they will keep it for many years in stock because it's just so good like that. And then a cream highlighter is again from Charlotte Tilbury. It's her Hollywood Beauty one, and this one is in Spotlight. If you want to have that spotlight right there, like the sun just came and give you a little kiss of like, here's a ray, it's gonna stay with you all day long, that's what you want from these. I mean, it's pretty much imperceptible if you're into cream products and you want a really amazing highlighter that is not too beaming but is there, and when you turn it's like, what are you wearing? This is it. This is it. And you know, it lasts, it stays in place so good, and it doesn't gather. The thing that I dislike the most is when cream products gather onto fine lines. It's like, no, excuse me, no. So this one is perfection. Going into the fun category right here, eyeshadows. So this was, yes, hard, and I'm talking right now about eyeshadow palettes. And Pat McGrath, yes, Pat McGrath, any of her Mothership palettes, anything that you like, yeah, you will not go wrong. But if it has to be me, the Divine Rose, the original Divine Rose #1. This is Me in a palette. Is the one that I'm using today. It does have those pink tones that are more muted, mauve tones, and it has a little bit of this peachy pink tone right here. You see it right there. When I turn it, I know, hopefully you can see it. You can see the cheek that it has. Then it has that gold, pearl. I mean, like, it's just so pretty. I can use this every day. It suits my skin tone really well, and Pat McGrath formulation is just so gorgeous, so amazing. Like the blendability of the matte shades, the color payoff, the pigmentation, her astral shades, these 4 shades right here, they are just so unique, one of a kind, totally her. And then going into my second eyeshadow palette, it's a Tone 4 palette. I know Tone 4 is gonna make its presence right here for many times. That is Suspicion. This palette to me, I love golden tones, a little bit of taupey tones, but that they are not extremely taupey to the, you know, like borderline too grayish in tone. And this one has that bronze, that gold, that copper, but copper that is not too orange. It just gives life to the eyelids, and summertime, this is, so you can tell, yeah, this is my go-to. Like, I love it, and I will repurchase it over and over again. For my last eyeshadow palette, the Natasha Denona Glam palette. I love cool tone palettes, and I think this palette, it was done extraordinarily amazing, because yes, you do have cool tones, but then you have some neutral tones right over here, even this one right here, and then she just spice it up a little bit with a muted pink cool tone, which is just, I mean, you can get so many looks. I have that, I think, on my channel, 5 looks with this palette, or even more, I don't even remember. But anyhow, if you look it up, you will see this is stunning. Stunning. I have to have a cool tone palette, and if I was to pick these 3, with these 3 I will be content, although it's missing is missing something to me, and that's why I'm going right now to the single eyeshadows. And for that, none other than Chantecaille and the luminescent eye shades. And guys, if you know me, this is a cool tone purple, and this is what I need in my life. I love cool tones, pinky tones, but yes, I have to have my purple. And this is a really good way that I'm like, yes, because to me, there's pretty much nothing like the luminescent eye shades from Chantecaille. They are, wow, they are amazing. They have so much pigment, shimmer, but they don't have fallout. I mean, like, yes, there is a little amount of glitter in there, but you will not find it everywhere on your face. They just give so much dimension to the eyelids. They are just one of a kind eyeshadows. I mean, this petite thing, this is specifically in the shade Pancholine. This, I must have it, no matter what. This is it. And then from Victoria Beckham Beauty, her single eyeshadow, I mean, all of them are beautiful, but I will pick Tea Rose. It looks a little bit deep in tone. Is that kind of like muted pink? I mean, let me just show it to you here. Look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? That is just so, so gorgeous. This is, again, one and done eyeshadow that is just stunning. And then another one that I will pick is Jewel Pots by Charlotte Tilbury. And these ones, you know, until you don't see them in person, you will not be able to really appreciate the beauty of these. It kind of has like, it looks like you have diamonds on your eyelids. And this one is in the shade Pillow Talk, that little pinky tone that is just so stunning, so gorgeous. And you know what, since I already have you here, let me swatch this one by Chantecaille. And by the way, I have also a video with my favorite single eyeshadows, so if you want to take a look at that, look at this. Oh, this one right here is from Chantecaille. They're just stunning. They have a lot of sparkles in it, and again, they have this beautiful finish, and they do not leave you with a lot of, you know, like shimmer everywhere on your face, which that's the thing that I'm like, no, go away from me. Then for mascaras, no surprise to you, I really like mascaras that they give me a lot of volume, that they don't clump my lashes, that they give me separation, but that they really give me volume. And the NARS Climax Extreme Mascara does that to me. Really black, really intense. It seems like I'm having fake lashes. That's what it is. And on the same lines, the new by Beauty, this is the Upswing Mascara. Not as thick as the NARS mascara, but with the same results. Those volumized lashes, they stay up all day. My lashes are naturally kind of cool already, but they just keep my lashes, you know, like perk up, really nice and beautiful. And then for my lower lashes, I like to use a tubing mascara, and usually the Hourglass Unlock mascara. This mascara is really good. I mean, usually it doesn't make too much the appearance here on my channel, and I should be putting it in the description box below more often, but this is the one that I use for my lower lashes. That way I don't have transfer, and you know, like, it's very easy to remove. And also on days that I don't want to go with something too like wow volumizing, this one right here usually is the one that I use. Now going into eyeliners, I love the Marc Jacobs Highliner Gel Liner pencils. I love how blendable they are. I love that I can smudge them a little. They last, and they actually last more on my waterline. Thing that is very hard to find on eyeliners, at least for me. All my eyeliners pretty much, they like fade away too soon. Another one that I love are the duos from Charlotte Tilbury. One side is matte and the other one side is metallic. If I have to pick, Mesmerizing Maroon, that's the winner for me. It's a very unique shade, hard to find, blendable, full pigmentation, glide on with easy, absolutely stunning. And then Pat McGrath, the Permagel Ultra Glide Eye Pencils. This one right here, this one perhaps is the one that I love the most. Black Coffee, because it's not a black, it's not a brown, it's a black coffee. I'm going into liquid eyeliners. I only really have two that I feel like so, like, I feel that I can use it with easy, mostly because I don't only have hooded eyes, but I also have a lot of folds on my eyelids. So sometimes, depending on the type of tip of the liquid eyeliner, it can become hard to use. And I think for black one, the Tone 4 double-ended eye defining pen. So you have two sides, one that is thinner, one that is longer, so definitely you have a lot of space right here to maneuver. The tips are so fine that you can achieve a very fine eyeline look. The black is a really beautiful black shade. It's not too matte, it's not too shiny. I mean, it's perfect. And then for brown, I really love the roller liner by Benefit. And this is the one that I actually use pretty much all the time. Absolutely love it. Again, the tip is long. It's a different tip than the Tone 4 one, but it's such a good one. Now for brows, I separated it in two categories: brow pencils and then brow setters. So for brow pencils, I love the Gucci brow pencil. It's a powder formula, so if you have plenty of brow hairs like I do, it's very easy to fill in the gaps. There's not too much fast. You don't really need those like strokes of hair. Like, this is a super easy solution and it lasts all day long. It's such a beautiful product. And then as far as an eye pencils goes, I will say the new one by Charlotte Tilbury. This is such a beautiful formula. It's not too waxy, it's not too creamy. The tip is it's not super fine, but I'm able to create beautiful hair strokes like with easy. And then the shade is perfection for me. And then if you want something even more fine, and one that I use for a long time, is the Hourglass Brow Micro Sculpting Pencil. This one right here is also amazing, an amazing product, and I use it in the shade Warm Brunette. And this one has more of a fine tip, so you can really get right there. It's a little bit of a drier formulation than the one from Charlotte Tilbury, but very easy to use. And then for brow setters, I think I only have two that I can rely on. One is that 24-hour brow setter. This one I love. The consistency of the wax inside is not too thick. It doesn't leave my brow hairs crunchy, and I love this one. I think they did an amazing job with the one. The bristles are so thin, tiny, and so thin again that they really enter in and separate your brows perfectly. And then the next one, it has to be the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. This one, I mean, you need a spoolie to use it, and it's the one that I'm using today. But you know, if it really feathers out your brows, it does, and it keeps them in place throughout the entire days. Honestly, it's a total freeze. But without leaving them, you know, like goopy, sticky, crunchy. Ew, no way. I mean, you don't feel it. You don't feel it at all. I will say, do not go overboard. Go ahead and use, say for example, this is a dirty, broken spoolie right here. Go inside and, you know, like spread the product really well, because if you go with too much, then you can have like a little bit of like white flecks afterwards. But if you go with a, you know, you just need a very little amount. You don't need a lot, and spread it really well on your spoolie. It's amazing. And now going into lipsticks. Oh my goodness, this is the hardest part for me, because you guys know I'm a lipstick lover. So I kind of like created my categories right here. So for satin lipsticks, I will say Tone 4, and I will go with the shade Casablanca. This is a me shade for many years. Totally gorgeous shade, stunning shade. But yeah, the formulation from Tone 4, full opacity, not too thick, satin but not oily, non-slippery. I mean, amazing. And then my second satin lipstick, and I'm gonna leave it at just 2, although there could be more, but just 2. It is by Hermes, and I will choose the shade Beige Tadelac, which is a kind of like peachy shade, just stunning, and all the Hermes lipsticks are beautiful, but I think their satin formula is where I find my love for Hermes, like Hermes Beauty, obviously because the bags and the rest, yeah, but yeah, Hermes Beauty, the satin lipsticks. Again, I like in the formulation as Tom Ford in the sense of pigmentation, in the sense that they are shiny but not super shiny, and that they stay fairly well on the lips. I mean, you have to reapply them, but they are beautiful. Now, talking about matte lipsticks, I will have to say in a bullet form, Pat McGrath. Absolutely, Pat McGrath, the matte trans lipsticks, she takes the cake for these friends right here. Oh my. I mean, she has so many shades. There's a lot of pinks on her range. I think she needs to really get more into the neutrals and peachy tones, but I think she does a amazing job with her matte trans lipsticks. And then my second matte lipstick formulation from Gucci. This is Gucci in Peggy Taupe. It's a little bit of, again, kind of like a dusty mauvey rose tone, totally gorgeous. When I try this one, I do have more Gucci lipsticks, but in the satin formula. When I try the matte formula, I'm like, wait a second, why I didn't know more about that matte formula? Because it's non-drying. Same thing as Pat McGrath. They do not dry, they do not gather on your fine lines, they are not too thick, they are matte, but they don't have a radiance to them, but they have this kind of like powder finish for your lips that they make your lips look yet healthy even with a matte formulation. And perhaps that lipstick that stands alone all by itself because of its beauty, the performance, the uniqueness of it, I think is so unique, is the Chanel Duo Ultra Tenue. This one right here goes matte on one side, and then you use the sealant on the other side. And I have a combination of two of them right now. One is this right here, which is light mauve and then also tender beige, and it lasts all day long, doesn't transfer at all, is a formula that it's incomparable with any other formulation. And this to me is a top lipstick. Any shade, love intense caramel, tender beige, I think it's tender pink too. I mean, all of them, I love them, but this has to be here. Now going into lip glosses. Tom Ford lip glosses, you pick and choose whichever one you want. I have here Frenzy. This one right here is really hard to find. It's kind of like an orange shade. I mean, I love it, absolutely love it for summertime. They are not too thick, not too goopy. I mean, they are just so beautiful. Another shade that I love is Inhibition, and then from the latest Soleil 2021 collection, that's Sunless Lip Gloss. This is gorgeous. It has like a peachy tone. It's not gold as you see it right here. I have a fuller review on this collection, so if you want to see it in action, go and check it out. It's chef kiss amazing. I mean, like, Tom Ford lip glosses, they really need to be talked about more and more and more. And then another lip gloss that I love is from Wayne Goss, and this right here isn't specific, the shade Chrysanthemum, and I think it's a combination, yes, of the formulation but also the shade. I love this bronze tone that has a little bit of pink in it. It's summer in a lip gloss. Total summer in a lip gloss. It gives you that bronzy look, very seductive look. And then last lip gloss has to be this Bobbi Brown. They are called the Crush Oil Infused Gloss. If you want a gloss that is very nourishing on your lips, that you feel hydration, that you feel like, okay, my lips are being pampered, are being taken care of really well, you will find it with this. This shade right here is called Free Spirit. I love this shade, love this shade, but any of the Bobbi Brown, the oil infused lip glosses, they are amazing. For lip liners, I have three right here. Pat McGrath in Contour. It lasts all day long. It's beautiful. It's a really good nude shade that goes with everything. Even if you just want to fill in all your lips and just put a little bit of clear gloss, you're it. It's fine. And like I said, it lasts all day long. Along the same lines, Charlotte Tilbury. I love her Pillow Talk 2 Medium. Not the original one, the Pillow Talk, but the 2 Medium. It shows a little bit more on my skin tone. And I also love Iconic Nude if you're looking for a nudie shade. And then another one that not a lot of people talk about but is so versatile are the Makeup Forever. These are the Artist Color Pencils. So you can use that on your lips, also on your eyes, and they come in so many different shades. Also good longevity, beautiful pigmentation, and they last for a long time. They have good longevity. And then to buff off your makeup, to finish your makeup, and to bring back all the products together, blend them in really well so there's no lines in between, finishing powders. And actually I think I only have 2 right here that with 2 I'm content. One of them, Guerlain Meteorites. Any kind of meteorites. This is my favorite one. I even have a backup of it. I don't know why I need a backup. I have plenty of these right here. The little pearls. They do have a scent, the typical meteorized violet scent, but it dissipates, it goes away, it brings back all your makeup, it gives this beautiful aura to your face. It's just the best of the best. It's the one that I'm wearing today. Just give a little bit of that subtle luminosity to the skin without being a highlighter. And then my other finishing powder that for some people can even be a highlighter, but don't be scared. It's not a highlighter in the sense of like, my face is gonna go crazy. Not at all. Is that YSL. This is the 3D All Over Glow. This right here for lighter skin tones can work like a very subtle highlighter. For light to medium like mine, or medium, I will say for finishing powder. And for those who have deeper skin tone, you can use it as a very subtle highlighter. In fact, let me show it to you right now. I'm going to use this Scott Barnes brush, and I'm just grabbing this much, okay? It's not highlighting my face at all. It's just to buff your makeup, bring all the products together. It's just give, again, kind of like the meteorites, but in a compact form, brings all the products together. And then to seal the deal, setting sprays. None other than Charlotte Tilbury, the Airbrush Setting Spray. This one right here will lock your makeup. Like, I will even go to say that if there's a little bit of rain or some type of water splash, your makeup will stay there all day long. I don't know how it does it. Doesn't even have alcohol in it, but it doesn't dry your skin either. I do have dry skin, and this one locks your makeup super well. If you want more of like a soft focus effect, because this one right here from Charlotte Tilbury will not change the finish of your makeup. So whatever type of makeup you're using, if you went matte or if you went dewy, it will leave it as is. But if you want more of like a soft finish effect, not dewy at all, but just soft focus, then I mean, the name says it, the Hourglass Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray. It really creates this kind of like filter on your skin that makes it look just very smooth, seamless. It brings all powders, everything together. Stunning. And now if you want a little bit more of a radiance, not dewiness, just radiance, a little bit glowy but not too glowy. I mean, nothing that you will be afraid if you have oily skin. You know, like you can use it if you have oily skin or dry skin, or you know, like combination skin. Is that DIOR Air Flash Radiance Mist, and this one is actually a primer and a setting spray. I like it both ways. My favorite way is to finish my makeup when I want to add an extra radiance to my skin. This is what I use. Okay, my friends, and this makes it for this video. Wow, it felt like a marathon. I would love to hear from you. what 3 products come to your mind right away that you will be like, okay, yeah, no, I have to have these products right here. I also would love to invite to more content creators. Hopefully they can do the same tag, again created by Julia Adams. I will be leaving her channel also in my description box below, so you can go and visit her, give her the love and support that she deserves. I mean, like, she has a huge following, way more than me. I mean, that will be my dream. But yeah, she does such an amazing job, an amazing, very talented makeup artist. I had enjoyed so much to this video. It was tough, but I think it was good. It was good to just bring out, like, okay, what I think first, those 3 top, and oh wow, yeah, perhaps we can do a second round when fall and winter comes. I don't know, you have to let me know if you like this format of this video. Let's continue the conversation on the comment section down below. And while you're at it, and if you haven't done so yet, I hope that you can give me that opportunity and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, share with family and friends. And until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye.